Hello everyone, glad to be back. This week I'm talking about something that I think is very important to talk about. And that is a question you probably ask yourself sometimes. Should I borrow money from friends and family? Yeah, you know now. You know those friends that you be like, can you just borrow me money? And they're like, seriously, why do I always have to borrow you money all the time? Or your brother or your sister, and they say, why do I always have to be the one borrowing money? Why don't you have your own money? You're probably asking yourself, like, I don't borrow money from these banks. It can be such a burden. Can't I just borrow from a friend or from a family? Is it easier? Well, it depends. There are pros and cons to borrowing from family, honestly, I'll tell you that. And I think you should very carefully consider your options, right? So, what are the pros? Usually the pros are flexible terms. I mean, with your friends and family, you can tell them, I'll pay you back in 2 months, I'll pay you back in 3 months, and the rates might not be so high compared to if you had to borrow from any of the credit institutions or from the bank directly. You might be able to negotiate a better rate from your friend, and it might be easier to access as well. You just call them up and say, please borrow me 100,000, 200,000, a million, 2 million, those friends that are always cash rich, so those are the pros of borrowing from friends or family, right? But then what are the cons when we think about it? Relationship is a tricky thing. And if you happen to run into any issues, maybe for some reason you can't pay back on time, or you have to, an emergency came up, it might just stress out that relationship, right? And they always say that you're true friends when it comes to money. When it comes to money, you see the true color. I see your true colors. That's when you really begin to know that this friend she's not the kind of person to borrow money to. So sometimes there might be a stressful relationship. Some of you may have had that experience, that friend you borrowed money from or you borrowed money to and has just refused to pay you back for some reason, and they're still your friend though, they're still chatting with you and laughing with you, and they refuse to acknowledge that they still owe you money. That can really be horrible. So it can be a stress on relationships, and it can also be a financial burden to you because you continually always think about, how can I pay back this friend? You don't want to take advantage of that friend. So those are the cons of borrowing from friends and family. So it really depends. You have to think about the pros, weigh the pros compared with the cons. I'm not saying it doesn't work out. It does work out. Yeah, sometimes I borrow from friends and family. Friends and family also borrow from me too. But there are some people that that, look, I'm not borrowing you. I'm just giving you. Just take the money. I'm not lending to you, rather. I'm not lending to you. Just take the money. You don't have to pay me back because you know that it might stress out your relationship. I think you need to know what is very important to you. Prioritize. People are important. If that relationship is important to you, then maybe you should tread cautiously before you ask for that loan. And maybe you should just go to the microcredit institution or the bank, right? So that you can protect and preserve your relationship. That relationship is important. Don't get into trouble. But if you really know that you can always pay back that money, you have the capacity to pay back that money on time, you would meet your obligations as at when due, then you should consider taking from friends and family because they will always give you better terms, and it's probably something you can access easily. On those terms, I'm going to end the episode for this week. Have you borrowed from friends and family before? Have you lent money to your friend and family before and they did not pay you back, or you had issues? Leave a comment in the comment section. I can't wait to hear all about it, all right? Let's discuss, let's talk about this very important issue. On that note, I will see you next week.